from bigger to smaller.
Oh, these are the moulding machines.
Yeah, the injection molding machine.
Yeah.
From 260 ton, but this one is idle now. 200 ton.
200. Did you say 200 ton?
Yeah, of clamping.
Oh, wow.
Is the clamping force.
Amazing.
But some of them go up to 1,000 tons.
Wow.
But we don't make huge plates. We can make basically up to about this size.
Yeah.
Here. This is about 188 tons. This one is special. We just discovered this brand and we've just been testing it over the past 2 weeks. It dries the polymer inside the barrel. Versus otherwise, you need to have the special hopper.
The polymer. Yep.
Otherwise, you need this to dry it.
Ah.
And for certain kinds of plastic polymer and certain applications, you need something extra like this kind of oven. Okay, so you need this plus this, and then it's very dry. It goes into the barrel, which heats it up, and then with high pressure, and then it's injected.
Yeah.
But now the new technology is going in another direction. Inside the barrel, it dries the polymer. So this is very new. We just discovered it, and so we've been testing it. But for certain things, it's very good. Otherwise, you need all these very.
And this is made in China. This technology, amazing.
This is a Hakan from Ningbo. It's the most famous. It's the biggest machine of plastic injection molding.
Right.
And they've been doing a lot of trials, and there's no production right now. I think they're doing trials.
Okay.
Yeah. They're doing some trials.
So the brand of the new one?
High 10.
This is for another kind of keyboard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I cannot be too specific.
Understand.
But clear PC, very big part, very thick, which is very complicated to do.
Right.
With this process. No warping.
Yeah.
So this is a highly technical job, and they're doing on this machine. I believe they're doing some of the keys, since it's all transparent because there's an LCD screen under.
Yep.
You cannot. They are like this, but the light has to go like this. It cannot go. Cannot be refracted in another way. So highly complicated thing.
Wow.
A lot of trials.
Yeah, customers don't always understand that side.
Is that the same make?
This is a new one. Yeah. What would be this model? That's another brand, another maker. I don't even know. They found it in Shenzhen.
How much would this new one be? A couple 100,000 or what?
I will check and let you know. I have the numbers. Not that much. Not that much.
Okay.
And then over there is right now, but before it goes for silicone compression molding, you need to mix, and by mixing also you set the right color with some pigments. Okay, so this machine goes like this, and then you have something like this, and then you do it a number of times, and then this is for cutting in a precise way. Okay, the cutting machine. All very dangerous equipment.
Yes.
But this is the preparation, and then it's not working now, but this is one compression machine, compression molding. So the molds are much simpler than plastic injection molding. Much simpler. This opens like this. Put the molds up. It goes high pressure, relatively high temperature,
Yeah.
just short of 200 degrees Celsius. For a certain time you open, and then manually you pull it. It's quite different from plastic injection molding. You see, the mold for some small parts are pretty small molds, and no side actions, no cooling, nothing complicated. So molds for silicone compression molding are much cheaper than for plastic injection molding.
Just silicone, right.
And this is one machine with two, you can operate the two of them independently.
Amazing. Need a bloody crane to get it into here.
And this is still, I forgot,
How
more
long
than
is
100
this?
ton, I think.
It's been here for a year, or you just put it in?
Maybe 4 or 5 months.
Okay. You've been busy, Renault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Busy development.
Yeah.
And well, you know,
And this is some mold for
the same one.
It's like making waffles, basically.
Yeah,
It's much simpler.
that's a good analogy.
Yeah, making waffles.
Dental work, waffle making.
Waffle, yes. Because the other one's over there, so it will close, but also you have some side actions. Okay. Plastic injection molding, the mold will close, it will inject, but then you have some side actions. I do something and then I remove it before I demold. Otherwise, you have certain shapes, then you cannot demold it at all, okay? For some of them, we also have in-mold cutting.
Yeah,
So it opens, you have the pins that push it out, and it's already cut, no need to trim the gate.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of, plus it's supposed to cool down, right? So it's to cool down the material. So there's a way to put it down, etc. Very complicated.
wow.
That size like this, so thick, would never be silicone. It's gonna be so I was saying these ones we're gonna do validation trials.
Okay.
Right.
Some of them will need to be refurbished, and then they will go into storage and used for production. But this is typical like old molds.
Mike, that's why mask manufacturing is so easy compared to this.
Assembly, you mean?
Yeah,
Depends on the kind of assembly.
amazing.
Let's go to the other one, because at noon sharp they go.
Exactly. So
So you have plastic parts, plastic,
right.
a lot of tear plastic here.
Yep.
This is aluminum die cast.
Car part.
No, not
No.
for cars. For some kind of electrical home appliance for the kitchen.
Okay.
And we did the tooling here.
Wow.
Now we don't do die casting here. It's a very energy-consuming process, very dirty process. It's a company close to here that does it. But we did the tooling, and we managed the trials and so on. So that's easier.
Amazing.
And then there's some silicone over there.
Wow.
Silicone parts.
Much easier.
Just
It's like car chargers, car cables.
Yep.
typical silicone parts.
Yep.
Like
Watch
a wristband
Yep.
or various things. You can do all kinds of shapes. Huh? It's
I know.
it's very, very flexible.
Is this FDA grade silicone or?
So, some of them.
Okay.
Some of them.
Do you have an FDA license or medical?
It's not licensed. We are working on
medical.
medical device certification. Yeah.
Right.
But we don't for some projects. The manufacturer doesn't need to be certified, but we need to follow some good manufacturing practices.
Okay.
Right. But we're going there one step at a time.
Okay.
Next year we will do. But that's different. FDA grade, or let's say medical grade silicone is very common. It's not much more expensive and is used for a lot of things.
Okay.
In contact with food, beverage, etc. Anyway,
Yes.
you need to have food grade.
Right.
Also, all of these kind of things is quite
Right.
normal, quite common.
So you've seen some of the newer plastic where it's higher levels of biodegradable being into the product. Is that coming yet, or is it still traditional?
It's very, very marginal.
Okay.
Very marginal. However, we looked into that for certain types of, for certain projects, and some customers are interested. So, you know, I think we can go here.
Yep.
So we looked into it. There are certain types of plastic, but however, let's be careful. There's all kinds of green sort of credentials, right?
Yeah.
Biodegradable is one thing, it means by itself will biodegrade. If you want a product with some strong mechanical parts,
Sure.
or an enclosure or something, you don't want that to be biodegradable. However, maybe you want something that is not oil-based, right?
Yep.
Or something that's compostable, etc., etc. So there's all kinds of green credentials.
Oh.
Applications, right? So some of them are from Indonesia, based on that kind of potato, like cassava or whatever they call it, is good for supermarket plastic bags, kind of things, right? But like totally not applicable to what we do here, right? But some of them are actually applicable. There's a lot of progress, I would say, and Fabian can tell you more about that. So we found certain interesting polymers, non-oil based. So that's usually a big win already.
Yeah.
Non-oil based. Okay, people.
How do you measure that then? I guess is the question. So you can allow it to your own emission calculations. You're reducing your own emissions by using that material.
It's more for our customers.
Yeah, sure.
They want something to mention in their marketing.
Yeah.
If they're consumers, right? When they sell on Amazon and so on. Wait a bit. So we'll go to 6th floor.
Wow.
Where's the main area of the warehouse and incoming quality control. So we follow the
Supply chain.
the path of the materials.
Amazing, I like
So
it.
some of them are made in our own plastic shop or silicone shop, etc. Okay, but most of them they come from hundreds of suppliers.